Isn't that proof that heroes come in all shapes and sizes and ages and everything? I'm looking forward to telling that story.
You know, you take the words out of my mouth. Literally, I'm like, I wonder if he's going to say the exact same thing that I'm thinking right now, and you do.
It's almost like we're the same age and went to the same college.
It's almost like we're the same people.
Crazy.
We just look different.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Hope you're off to a great Wednesday morning here. I'm Eric Connert.
I'm Stella Escobedo. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to have more on that cute story coming up. She's only 6 years old, and she's a hero.
I cannot wait to hear that. So I'm glad that you guys have that one in our show today. You guys are two in sync. I mean, it's great.
Literally.
It's a good thing. You know, when you spend hours together, you just end up knowing each other's minds.
That's the goal.
Yeah. So 6:01 this morning on a Wednesday. I almost said Friday. Sorry to even say that out loud. It's only Wednesday, but hey, it's looking a little cooler in some spots today, and we have that to look forward to. We still, of course, do have a heat advisory, excessive heat warning. Right now, we do have the marine layer, though. So that's bringing in some of that cooler air. By this afternoon, it will warm up, of course, once this burns off, but it'll be late to warm up. 6:05 is our official sunrise, so not quite yet, but here's that early morning glow. East-facing cameras showing pretty clear conditions over our deserts. We do have that marine layer heating up later today, though. Elevated surf as well, all because of Hilda. I'll explain what that's up to. And then gradual cooling happening for this weekend into next week. A check of traffic, and so far, so good. No issues on our roadways at all. Stella and Eric.
Right now, National City Police are looking for the driver. Take a look at your screen here, who hurt an officer in a hit-and-run crash. Police say the officer was getting into his car around 7 last night when he was hit by someone driving southbound on National City Boulevard. The officer is expected to survive. Police are looking for that white two-door Honda Civic with rear tinted windows and silver rims you saw in that first shot. You're asked to call police if you have any helpful information.
This morning, there is a new push for more COVID testing sites as the Delta variant continues to spread.
We're hearing from News 8 viewers who say they are having trouble finding a place. News 8's Evan Ronnie is live at Cal State San Marcos, where a testing site just reopened there. Good morning, Evan.
Good morning to you. That's right. We are at Cal State San Marcos Lot B, where there's going to be a new testing site available. No one behind us here right now, but this is where it will be. It does not open until 10 a.m. today. And this, of course, comes as more and more people across San Diego County are looking to get tested specifically to see if they have that Delta variant, and concern over it continues to rise. News 8 spoke with many viewers who say that they had to travel to several different locations and were turned away because they needed appointments. Here at Cal State San Marcos, this location will be opening up free of charge and no appointments are necessary.
4 weeks ago, it was 5 to 15 people in a day, sometimes 5 in a day. Now, yesterday was 72.
And that was one of the workers that was at a different testing site in Claremont. Some News 8 viewers who News 8 saw yesterday at that location said they had traveled to 3 different testing sites to be turned away. And the county is hoping to curb that, of course, by reintroducing more testing sites like here in San Marcos. The problem on hand, of course, is that many of those locations closed because they did not see many people coming in over the last several months. Up until now, the spread of the Delta variant has been of high concern. Now, this site specifically on the Cal State San Marcos campus is at Lot B. It will be open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Testing is free, no appointment is needed. And you remember this being an issue when the pandemic began, having enough testing sites and having them equitably distributed across the county. It looks like as our county case rate continues to rise, we might see more and more of these testing sites reintroduced, or at least expanding their operations and hours along the way. Now, this one is run by the county. It is not a requirement that you be a student or a staff member here at Cal State San Marcos. However, one of the priorities was, of course, being able to introduce these sites to those higher density populations, especially across the North County. So this is available for the general public as well as students at Cal State San Marcos, again, beginning here at 10 a.m. today. Eric, Stella, back to you in studio.
This morning, a new federal eviction moratorium is in effect. The CDC just issued it. The White House previously had said it couldn't extend the eviction ban again after a Supreme Court ruling.
It's still unclear how the court will respond to this new moratorium, but the president says it will at least buy states and cities more time to distribute rental assistance. News 8's Chris Groh joining us live downtown with what this means for San Diegans. Good morning, Chris.
Yeah, and essentially the way that the CDC is justifying this is because they're looking at areas with high or substantial COVID-19 infections. So take a look at this again. We can also tell you that this is going to help cover around 90% of renters due to this. And so this is going to help cover a lot of people. But as you guys mentioned, it does remain to be seen how the Supreme Court is going to react to this. But the president was pushing for other states in the meantime to go ahead and get some eviction bans or moratoriums in place. Now, one of the things that we do know is that the state of California, they've had one in place, and they did extend that back in June. That's not set to expire until September 30th. Under it, funding for the rent relief programs doubled to cover 100% of rent for people with low incomes back to April of last year. So that's where that all goes back to. But even if the state didn't have one, there's also a county ban on evictions. That expires August 14th. The city of San Diego's goes until October 1st. So really, this was meant to help states in which there were not bans on evictions in place already, to help give them time to, if they choose to, put one in place. Now, a large part of the issue here is the fact that there's about $46 billion in federal aid for renters to help pay their rent. However, only $3 billion of that has been distributed. So that's a huge issue here. And when we heard from the National Apartment Association, essentially they said there's really only so much of this that they can take moving forward, because a lot of people that own some of these buildings, some of these apartments that aren't these big mega corporations, a lot of their livelihood is at stake here.
This has gone on for such a long period of time. We're over a year now, and people's savings are being depleted in a dramatic way.
And for help to accessing the rental relief program, you can go to our website, cbs8.com, and click on that help button. Eric and Stella?
Chris, thank you. New details about the catastrophic fire on board the USS Bonhomme Richard. According to the UT, a federal search warrant suggests that the ship's firefighting equipment was sabotaged before the fire broke out last year. 20-year-old sailor Ryan Mays was charged last Thursday with arson and willful hazarding of a vessel in connection to this fire.
Today, Borrego Springs residents are invited to a town hall addressing the relocation of a sexually violent predator to the area. Merle Wakefield was previously considered for a home in the Mount Helix neighborhood, but a judge ruled it was too close to other homes with children. The community is invited to today's town hall at the De Anza Country Clubhouse at 3 p.m.
A heat wave continues, but if you're headed to the coast to cool off, watch out for the high surf.
Yeah, this is a look at the waves here at Wind and Sea yesterday. The county also has several cool zones open with free AC. Right now, CalISO says there are no plans for a flex alert, but they are monitoring the above normal temperatures. But I don't think this guy minds the temperatures at all.
Oh, no.
He's just ripping up those waves right here.
That looks like the place to be, though, if you want to cool off. But yeah, be careful with those waves. For those of you without ACs, how'd you do yesterday?
It was rough.
It was bad.
I'm going to be honest with
rough.
you.
Yeah.
Until the evening when the wind picks up, we can open the windows and cool things down.
Yeah, I learned how to plug in and install one of our those little portable ACs because my husband was out of town. He was gone for a while, so I had to figure out how to put it out the window and, I don't know, readjust. And our baby's room stayed cool, and that's all I cared about, keeping that at a comfortable temperature. But let's get back to that surf at Wind and Sea. Yeah, definitely keep that up to the professional surfers, because those big waves are here. Hearing them crash along the coastline, yeah, it's pretty loud. This is our view from Cardiff State Beach, where there are a few people out and about, but not as many as what we might typically see. And it's because we have a pretty big swell that's coming our way. So let's show you where that's coming from initially. Tropical Storm Hilda was a hurricane at one point. It formed off the coast of Baja, and I've been talking about this since yesterday when it first churned up right there, and it started bringing in those bigger waves. 5 to 6 footers is what we're expecting over the next couple days, especially the North County coastline. So really, La Jolla further up north, you'll notice that here on our buoys, the wave heights right there, 4 and 5 footers. So bigger than what we had yesterday. We were at 3 to 4 footers. And tomorrow will be another day where you'll notice some pretty big waves. I know you want to go out to the beach and cool off, especially when it's been so hot, but definitely check with the lifeguards on the safest places to swim and surf, because that certainly can impact your day in many ways when you see those big waves coming at you. Water temperature is 60 degrees. That's a big drop because of an upwelling, that churning of the water, bringing in some of that cooler water. We were up in the low 70s about a week and a half ago. So about about a 10-degree drop there. High tide will be at 9 o'clock this morning, low tide at 1. Let's take you now to our mountains and show you what's happening as you look across the west. That right there is the marine layer, and it is impacting visibility in some spots. Otay Mesa, you're down to 4-mile visibility, but no major issues with that fog forming. 63 in Del Mar, 60 in Poway, 65 in El Cajon. Afternoon highs will be fairly warm, although closer to normal. So, hey, there's a little improvement there. We're noticing temperatures will be dropping compared to what we had the past couple days. That gradual cool down is upon us. A quick check of traffic here, and overall, you don't see any yellows or oranges, signs of much slowdown happening, although there is an incident right there at the 8 eastbound at 125. Reports of possible smoke on the hillside in that area, so we'll check in on that and let you know what's going on. So it does not appear like there's a crash, but someone did call in to police to report some smoke. So we'll fill you in on that here in just a few minutes.